Hello everyone and welcome back. Sundial community, let's talk about what happened, and I want to share with you some news, some things that you might not be aware of. We're going to walk through Sundial, but first off, why did it take off today? Did it really take off? I meant 5%. We could have done better than that. Now, if you look at the Canadian country and you filter by healthcare and drug manufacturer, you'll see that there is a correlation to the companies up in Canada in this sector, in this industry, and we were actually left a little bit behind. I mean, there was some pretty solid gains. I would have loved to see a 10 to 14% gain, but you could see Tilray and Sundial right here, just below 6%, and Hexo. Check that out. This is one that I was like, hey, 17, 18 cents if you're looking to swing that, because they got that extension. So I thought that was a good play. Now, Tilray under $3.80. You know, up here at this mark where it's at right now, you're going to see some volatility. But you could see on the graph right here, that is a nice uptrend in that chart. This took off 300%. Man, that would have been nice to get a piece of that. I missed it. Now in Florida, recreational initiative for the launch and, you know, adult usage. I thought this might have something to do with, but I just want to tell you again that there's going to be more and more recreational use in the future, and we're just seeing that. Now, if you're not familiar with this resource, TechCrunch, Weedmaps for businesses debuts a software as a system suite for cannabis retailers and brands. And if you scroll down here, this is called MAPS. That's the ticker symbol. And I thought that this was kind of neat, you know, just looking at this was went public, you know, via SPAC, which could definitely be something you want to look out for, but this has gotten pressed down pretty hard. And what I think is really interesting is whenever you go into an earnings, you know, things typically skyrocket or sink. Well, this one sunk down and it found support and started to trend back up. So I would tell you that as a rule, as discipline, if you're uncertain, you have a 50-50 shot, but you have 100% opportunity to know exactly how the market's going to respond. If you wait, don't ever buy going into an earnings unless you're absolutely sure. Like in a previous video, I was talking about Disney at $91, and if you see what happened with Disney, that took off. I hope somebody was able to take advantage of that. I was this close today, but I'm overcommitted in SNDL right now because I have so much faith in what's going to happen this Friday, this weekend. So, Tilray brands. As I'm going through and researching companies, I like to pull up on, you know, Moomoo account. You'll see that in the comments below on how to get a Moomoo account, and they'll issue you free shares. I like to look at the news feed, but afterwards, if I have time, I've got to go look at the article myself because it really doesn't tell you, you know, whether or not the article is legit or not. And anybody can write anything. I always go through articles myself. I have trust issues. I've got to have a comfort myself that I've looked at it. So when I scrolled through here and looked at this, it was like most watched stock. I mean, they're just putting most watched stock on everything. So basically, I threw that article in the trash and didn't even pay attention to it because I know I've done my own due diligence. Now, I do want to take a look at this SNDL chart, and I want to put a trend line on here because typically when you break trend, you just want to pay attention to that. So we've got the CPI data that came out, and now we're about to go into earnings, right? And I think this is just going to take off. But as you'll see here, this is starting to get a little over trend, right? I mean, maybe I could adjust this point down here and make it fit exactly where I want to make it fit at, but you can see that this is generally on a very good trend, and anything that falls below this gets bought up. Matter of fact, if you start the trend line down here, there are some major levels that are being made each morning. So every day after this period that we talked about right here, it's like, I do not want to stay down here. Bam. Right here, August 1st. I do not want to stay down here on August 8th. I mean, you can even count this one too, right here on August 4th. And then once again here on August 10th. Now, we're not surprised by this. And if you take a look as to how much this has dropped and potentially how much someone gained if they got it perfect, I would say it's over 30%. I think it's a lot easier to just keep your money somewhere where you're very comfortable and you know what's going on. But at the same time, what I've done in this channel and on this is I've started to talk a lot about Tilray because I believe that they are better positioned in the market right now, but you've got to do your own due diligence. And this is not an SNDL bashing channel. I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up in the immediate term. And I've said this with other stocks, with Proterra and Lion Electric. I've made these comparisons and I've gotten it right. Now, am I going to get it right all the time? Absolutely not. But I hope you do your own due diligence so you can make your own investment decision. And I will tell you that I plan on continuing to watch Tilray. Now, in the morning, this dipped down, that candlestick, you can see it dipped down all the way to $2.64. I would tell you to be patient because on a CPI day where the market was going to be green, Sundial started to lose its crap. Like, I was like, what in the hell? Initially this morning, if you watch it like I do, a lot of y'all were like me, what is going on with this drop? Now, I would not be surprised if it does the complete opposite tomorrow morning, but I would watch this on the options for time decay. And those of you that know options, you know what I'm talking about. On Thursday and Friday morning, these basically for next week, for the following week, August 19th, they basically turn to dirt. They're so damn cheap. That is the opportunity to buy it Friday before the market closes, because over the weekend, if this runs up on Monday morning, you're not going to have that opportunity to get an option on Monday morning. Potentially, okay? These are just all of my assumptions, and maybe you're following along. Let me know if you're following along in the comments below. So let's transition, right? Let's take a look at the call options because I want to know how much volume there is out there. And actually, it's really not that much. Everybody is staying close to in the money in this $3 call option, and the bid price can be anywhere from 8 cents to 22 cents. I would not pay any more for it than that. And I would make sure that if you've got like a couple of hundred of these, if you're one of the few that has 50 or 60 of these, I would try to sell one just as a practice so you could see how difficult it is to get rid of one of these, just so that you're aware. I just want you to be in the know because, I mean, these are not selling like immediately, right? I mean, there's a little bit of volume on these, but it's not that much. I believe that we will see more people come in to SNDL on Monday, I'm hoping, and it'll be easier to offload those options if you decide to do options. Now, I'm a big fan of shares. I think it's so much easier. And, you know, you can trade after hours, so you're not locked into an option that is 9:30 to 4. You can't do anything with an option outside of those hours, but if you are on a trading platform, you've got those extended hours of trading your shares. So be sure to take some profits off the table. I just want to encourage you, when this runs, a lot of you have been waiting a long time to take some profits. And if you want to hold this long term, I think that's okay too. I think Zach has transformed the company enough, but I do believe it's going to be a slow bleed going into this next year. I don't know that Sundial is positioned right now to add anything that's really going to make the stock go up. It might make that other company go up. They're going to have to issue shares. They're going to have to use capital on the balance sheet. And Zenobus is really the next thing that you're going to want to watch, the next catalyst with this. I'm not sure where the compliance notification is at for Sundial, but this is a blackout period right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if everything came out on Friday. So just stay tuned. It could come out tomorrow. You just never know. But this stock has been above $1 for 10 consecutive days, so that is very good news. Now, as far as the short interest front, is it heavily shorted? Is there a large borrow fee? I believe that everything is being shorted in the market right now. I think you've got half the people that expected to go up and half the people in the market expected to go down. So to see a 50% volume on short, you know, the total short volume reported does not surprise me. 60%, 64% on a day would not surprise me. I'm looking for a high borrow fee, and I believe this one's sitting at around 3%. If I look at it, we'll go ahead and pull that up, the borrow fee, and then if I scroll down here, it'll tell me that it is 3.7%. So I try and look at these things just to make the video really fast for each and every one of you. Now, last thing I'll say is Disney. We talked about that. If you ever see a stock, you need to let me know about it. If you've got a really good feeling, don't worry. I'm always going to do my own due diligence, but let's communicate back and forth. NVTA. I mean, whew, boy, 276%. That would have been a good one. I'm not going to catch them all. Now, MTTR, Matterport, this one issued some good, strong guidance. So that looks good. You know what happened with Elon Musk and Twitter. It looks like Elon Musk sold positions, chunks of Tesla, and he might buy Tesla back if the Twitter deal doesn't go through. But most likely he's going to end up getting Twitter at a better price. So nothing to do with Twitter here. I wouldn't even mess with that. I would leave it completely alone unless you know something that I don't. Now, TTOO or 2T Biosystems, this was at 14 cents and I was looking at it. Keep this one on your watch list for a major dip. If you like monkeypox runners and you like penny stocks, this one could be a fun one to play, but you want to make sure you're only playing with money that you're willing to lose. I don't think that this one is, something you want to get too deep into. And then Redbox, stay away from Redbox because this one is supposed to go to $1 and, they just got that froze up. And what else? Plug. I think I bought some Plug. So that had a nice run today. But that's all. I just wanted to do a little informal, just kind of talk to you video in this one. And that's all I got. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. And thank you for watching.